Today, let's sew an easy Easter basket. Welcome, I do sewing and DIY related content, and today we are going to make a very easy last minute Easter basket. Now for this, you are going to want a circle, so about 6.5 inches in diameter, and then for the rectangle, you're going to want that to be around 20 inches by 6.5 inches. So as you can see here, I'm counting it up just to make sure that I am good, but this is going to allow you a piece of material that can go all the way around that 6.5 inch circle. So once you have it all cut out, you can see that we have our circle, so it is 6.5 inches wide, and then we also have our rectangle, which is 6.5 inches tall. Now I'm going to just repeat all of that for a second color of material. So I get two circles, so one will be of the outside material, one will be of the lining, and then I'm also going to be cutting out two of the rectangles, so one in my lining and then one in the outside material. So the yellow is going to be my lining in this case, and then this pink blue tie-dye will be the outside material. Now first step, we are going to take the rectangle pieces and we need to sew up the short edges so that they come together so we can create a tube. So I'm going to do this first for the lining and then just repeat these exact same steps for the outside material. So be sure that you're matching with right sides together, that short edge, and then just pinning or clipping them up, and then you're just going to be taking a straight stitch for both of these so that we get a nice tube that we're able to use with our basket. So now I'm just taking a straight stitch. Be sure to backstitch at the beginning and the end, and then once you have this done, you can bring it back over to your circles, and now it's time for us to really start to build out our basket. So I have the tube. I'm going to start with the lining first, and with right sides together, I'm going to be matching the circle to one end of the tube. It does not matter which end, and then you're just going to go through and clip this or pin this in place. Now I highly recommend using quite a few clips, quite a few pins, as we are matching this like straight edge to a curve, so you have to do a lot of like little fitting here or there, but it should fit. If you notice that your rectangle almost seems too big at times, you could always take that in a little bit as well, but the measurements should work out. Once you have that done for both the outside as well as the lining, we're just going to be taking those two seams all the way around that circle. Now be sure to take your time. We are sewing on a curve here, so you really want to stop, readjust your fabric as needed, and very slowly go through removing one pin at a time. Once you have that done for your lining, you can then just repeat this for the exterior of your fabric as well. And then we will go through and just clip the curve. So taking little notches where we're getting as close to that seam as we can without cutting into it. And this is just going to allow us to have a little space when we turn this right side out, so our fabric isn't as bulked or bunched at the end when we turn this into our basket. So I'm going to repeat this for both the lining as well as the exterior fabric, and then I'm going to be turning my exterior fabric right side out, and I'm going to be matching the lining and the exterior with right sides together. Now when we match these with right sides together, you can try to match up the side seams if you would like. That's really much more up to you, personal preference. Once you have it all matched up, we're going to go through and just pin at the very top all the way around so that we have these two pieces, they are nice and even, and then we are going to be leaving about a 2-inch gap at one portion. So this 2-inch gap is going to be allowing us to turn this. So as you can see here, I'm just going to be marking this with 2 pins so that I can denote where my start and stop is going to be. So I'm just going to put an extra clip here and then an extra clip on this one, and then we're going to be taking a seam all the way around. Now doing the seam should be a little easier than when we were sewing the circle onto the tube itself, but with this, be sure to still take your time as we are, working with fabric that is in a circular pattern. So just be sure to take your time and adjust your fabric as needed as you go around. Once that seam is done and you have that gap, go ahead and trim off any of the extra material that may be at the top, and then turn this right side out. So through that opening, you're just going to push your fabric, you'll turn this out, you'll see that we sort of have a little basket or bucket currently, and then I'm just going to go through and pin around the top so that I can take a top stitch, and this is going to allow us to also close that opening that we have. So here is what I'm going to be using for my top stitch. So basically around 1/8 of an inch seam all the way around. Once you have that done, I am going to add just a little ribbon. So the way I'm going to do this is just fold this over ever so slightly at the top so that you can see a little bit of that lining. And then I just found some ribbon and tied it into a bow, and I'm just going to hand stitch it onto my basket. So this is a completely optional step. You do not have to do this. You could also glue it on if you had some hot glue. You could really add any decorations that you wanted to at this point. But here is what my little basket looks like. Of course, this was very quick, very easy to throw together. We didn't use any interfacing. You definitely could if you wanted it to be a lot sturdier. And then you can fill this up with Easter grass, you can fill it up with candy, and it's just a fun little item that you can have around your house for Easter and to give to somebody else, especially on Easter morning. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you want to see next. Thanks for watching.